Hey everyone, welcome back to Expound Success Africa, the place where future African business and thought leaders converge to attain wisdom. After reading Lois P. Frankel's book, Nice Girls Don't Get Rich, I was inspired to do this video. The reasons why women aren't as rich as they would like to be are as varied as the women themselves. Sometimes it's the messages they received in childhood about money. Other times it's because of the social pressure related to nice girls not worrying their pretty little heads about money. And nearly always it's because they don't engage in the behaviors that will ultimately lead to wealth. Before you can become rich, you have to know what holds you back. Number one, giving into social pressure. Social pressure spending is different from gift giving. Social pressure often causes women to spend more than they have or more than they want to. When it comes to gift giving, if everyone is giving gifts in the $50 to $100 range, you may feel as if you have to do the same. After all, you don't want to look cheap. Another form of social pressure is the need to keep up appearances. This can translate into buying a more expensive car than you can afford, blowing an entire month's clothing budget on one pair of shoes because everyone else is wearing them. Anytime you spend more than you think is prudent because it's expected or because you can afford, you have succumbed to social pressure. Number two, making emotionally driven purchases. Doing almost anything in an emotionally driven state can result in later remorse. Although women don't have a corner on the emotional purchase market, they do have a sizable piece of the territory. Whether it's an emotional drive to marry prematurely or purchase a car you test drove because it makes you feel sexy, not thinking it through logically and realistically is often a mistake you later live to regret. Number three, trusting the wrong people. Women who inherit money upon the death of a spouse or a loved one, plus those who acquire money after a divorce, are particularly vulnerable to trusting the wrong people. They may be feeling emotionally fragile and willingly fall prey to the first person who passes attention to them. Many women have reported listening to well-meaning, know-it-all co-workers, family relatives, or even their newfound love, who involved them in some get-rich-quick schemes. Number four, listening to naysayers. Many women remain in unfulfilling, low-paying jobs because they listen to people who don't support their vision of future possibilities. There will always be naysayers in your life. Some truly have your best interest at heart, but others may be jealous or small-minded. Although you want an input of people who may be able to help you avoid the pitfalls on your path to wealth, you don't want them to determine the direction of that path. Point number five, choosing to remain financially literate. Being financially illiterate is a choice, just as the decision to get rich is a choice. Becoming financially literate requires discipline. You may not do it because you want to. There are many other things more fun that you could think of. You just need to do it because it will help you achieve your personal goals, and you need to do it because the thought of being financially independent far outweighs the thought of living a life controlled by others. Number six, saving instead of investing. Some women don't feel as if they have enough knowledge to be able to invest wisely, so they end up just keeping their money at the bank and they think, this must be a much better option. Though what they don't know is that keeping your money in an interest-bearing savings account may be safe, but it's not wise. Saving involves accumulating your money, while investing involves making that money work to earn more money. Your savings will only earn you a fixed amount of interest, but investments have the potential to exponentially grow. Number seven. Now, this is for those ladies that always say, I only date rich men. You need to know that being left financially unprepared is one thing, but being financially incapable of managing what you're left with is another. Many women find themselves suddenly faced with having to take control of the financial ruins because of divorce, their partner's death, or incapacitation. Some women are lucky enough to be left in great financial shape where they don't have to worry about money, but just about managing it. But others are faced with having to do some belt tightening or financial planning. In either case, the question to ask is, do I know about our family finances to be able to step in and take over? Just remember, struggling men are the price. Number 8, striving for survival, not wealth. According to research, many women are justifiably proud for having survived on their earnings, but they haven't really focused on how to thrive. They may have what they need, but they do not have what they want. Messages such as "don't be greedy" or "learn to be happy with what you have" are forms of interference that stop you from looking beyond the present to a financially rewarding future. Number 9, not taking care of your most important asset, you. Have you ever noticed how many more men work out regularly than women? Many women are reluctant to carve out the time to stay healthy. Women who wouldn't think of missing a hairdresser appointment often find themselves in physical or emotional pain because they won't take the time to see a healthcare professional. What does this have to do with getting rich, you ask? As I have said before, getting rich is a large part about how you think. One study conducted by the Center of Aging found the ability of individuals to reach and secure an independent income or have some form of financial freedom in future for their advanced years is greatly affected by the condition of their health over their lifetime. Taking care of your body and mind is essential to having the physical and emotional stamina needed to earn, manage, and enjoy your wealth. 10. Not making your financial well-being a priority. Women treat their financial lives a little like they treat their cars. Until a red warning light goes on that shouts "low on oil," they don't make the time to protect this valuable asset. A woman's mindset is all too often about doing for others at the expense of taking care of their own needs. And this is part of the nice girl syndrome. Making your financial well-being a priority means taking time to learn about finances, taking time to invest, and to track your portfolio. Number 11, not playing to win. If you're not accumulating the amount of money you need to be financially independent, ask yourself, why? Are you better at playing the role of being a nice girl than you are at playing the financial game? You don't need an abundance of testosterone to be competitive, but you definitely need a burning in your belly to live the life you want and not just settle for the life you have at the moment. One of the reasons why men are more likely to be wealthy than women is that they know what it means to play the game to win. Number 12, not creating a financial goal. If you do not have a financial goal, you'll be moving in circles for a very long time. You must have an idea about how much you need in order to live a life free from concerns about money. What's your dollar amount? If you're currently running the financial race with no finish line in sight, why would you go to work every single day without an idea of how much you need to live the life you want? If you don't have a financial goal, you are only running in one place as a woman. Number 13, not knowing your net worth. Your net worth is the total value of your assets minus your liabilities. Assets involve things like land, buildings, patents, copyrights, softwares, stocks and bonds, digital currencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, while liabilities represent the debts and obligations of an individual, and they include things like loans, mortgages, and paid loans. Many women don't want to know their net assets any more than they need to know their weight. If you won't step on the weighing scale because you don't want to know your weight, then you probably don't know your net worth either. Knowing your net worth doesn't have to be depressing. In fact, knowing your net worth helps you to live your life as richly as you want, whereas a budget will only help you with the month-to-month picture. Knowing your net worth provides you with the insight into the bigger picture. It will tell you whether you can afford to buy the home of your dreams, that dream car you've always wanted, which charities you can donate to, no matter what your financial circumstances or goals are. You can't plan for tomorrow until you know where you stand today. Number 14, analysis paralysis. There is a certain kind of woman who makes this mistake. She tends to be a perfectionist, detail-oriented, logical, and analytical. She's not fearful of investing per se. She just wants to make sure she does it right. As a result, she collects information, talks to people, analyzes what she's been told, but in the end, she doesn't do it. Having gathered so much information, she becomes overwhelmed and she doesn't know what to do with it. If you fall in this category, you must understand that there is no perfect investment strategy. The goal is not to have the perfect strategy or even yield the greatest result, but rather the goal is to have a reasonable one. But to avoid all these mistakes, you need to have the right information or philosophy. Like I talked about in the previous video. You can check out this video down in the video description below. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and a comment letting us know about the other mistakes that women make when it comes to their finances. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.